People all around the world have been wondering about what is spirituality ever since the beginning of our origins, and yet there isn't a clear definition about it. Many philosophical-minded people have come with different theories and explanations about what spirituality is, and some of them are worth investigating and explaining a bit further. This video is about bringing as many perspectives as possible together, as well as my own thoughts and ideas about what spirituality is, in order to come up with the best possible explanation. So, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. Alright, as I said earlier, spirituality doesn't really have a specific definition. It can actually be defined in many ways. This is probably one of the reasons why this has become such a controversial topic. I've personally met quite a few people who associated this term with New Age hippies, cults, religions, belief systems, dogmas, or other traditions around the world. Well, surprise, surprise, spirituality is none of that. In fact, it is the exact opposite of what you shall discover in just a moment. One of the best and probably most comprehensive ways of describing spirituality that I came across is by defining it as the process of making the mind free from fears, worries, and non-stop thinking, and experiencing inner peace and bliss in one's everyday life. In a way, spirituality is about making peace with the universe. It's about accepting the facts as they are, and trying to live in harmony. Spirituality is about training yourself being less reactive to the events happening in your life by freeing yourself from the monkey mind. Some of the most effective spiritual practices involve meditation, yoga, self-inquiry, as well as psychedelics and deep breathing. Spirituality is the process of awakening from ordinary consciousness, rising above the ego, and awakening to a wider consciousness. It can mean expanding the mind beyond its limitations, thoughts, and limited viewpoints about life and the universe. Besides that, spirituality is oftentimes associated with metaphysics. In a way, these words are synonyms because the quintessence of spirituality is asking deep, metaphysical questions about reality, such as, what is thought? What is ego? Where did the universe come from? Why am I here? What is reality? And so on. Spirituality is nothing more than philosophy, which in fact is another good synonym. You see, by being spiritual doesn't mean that you're subscribing to a certain belief system. It's the exact opposite of that. You're trying to deconstruct everything that you know by questioning the very nature of reality. Let's take materialism as an example here. 99.9% of the people on this planet believe the world is a material place because it seems that way. Nobody has ever risen the possibility of that being nothing but a mirage. None of your friends, co-workers, teachers, or family members have ever questioned if that is actually true. And yes, that's exactly right. None of them did so because they are not spiritual. They've accepted and taken for granted every bit of information as if it was given to them. And instead of accepting other ideas and treating them as your own, spirituality done properly is the investigation and questioning of those ideas. At first, it might not seem that way, but real spirituality is about questioning and exploring the deepest truths of the universe with the ultimate purpose of aligning yourself with the divine, making yourself free from fears, worries, and living in the present moment. But to further clarify this aspect, how about diving a little bit deeper on what spirituality is not? I believe the main reason why there are so many misconceptions about this topic is just because people don't take enough time in researching this incredible field. It is much easier to dismiss something by demonizing it and calling it a cult, a religion, belief system, or New Age nonsense than taking the actual time to think and to investigate all these ideas. The first point I want to make is that spirituality is not the same as religion, because spirituality doesn't involve blind faith, obedience to authority, or following the rules. On the contrary, real spiritual people are most likely on their own. Furthermore, spirituality doesn't mean filling your mind with beliefs or fantastical ideas such as world peace. It is not about holding ideologies about the world. On the opposite, it is the acceptance of facts and the embracement of the truth exactly as they are given. And lastly, spirituality is not about worshiping anybody, not a god, not gurus, and not even ideas. At the core of it, real spirituality done properly is a very deep pursuit which doesn't involve any authority figure. So this is what spirituality is. Now I hope you have a better understanding. At first, it might not seem that way, but spirituality is also very practical. Because this field deals with abstract things, people have a hard time grasping the benefits of such big ideas. Because these things are not normally experienced by most human beings. Learning about yourself, deconstructing your old beliefs, asking deep metaphysical questions about the universe, and contemplating about life is what is going to ultimately make you happy in life. Living in harmony for the rest of your life without any worries or fears is possible as long as you're serious enough and you dedicate the right amount of time doing this work. Please click that like button for me if you like this video, and let me know in the comments down below where you find yourself on the spiritual path. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you're interested in these sort of topics. This channel is the right place for you to grow and to continuously expand your consciousness as we explore all sorts of deep metaphysical questions about reality. Stay tuned for more videos just like this in the future.